The enterprising Kudu Bulls missed touchline conversations attempt by gymnasium fly half Valdre Coutier of the final play could easily have swung the result the opposite way. For the final, VIS coaches John Dames and Dino Alok have made no changes to their squad, eliminating OK Moria in their semi-final weekend 45-27. Gymnasium Moritz Trion and Jaco Engels have made slight tweaks to their proven combinations of their 27-26 semi-final win against PSG Pro Ed, with Andre Coughlin returning from injury to take over from Angelo Swarboy at left wing. In a switch at loose hold, prop Gideon van Rensberg will start, while Rudolf Hamse will be expected to make an impact off the bench. And if you can see that's the big match everyone is waiting for, and it will be played later on today live from the comfort of your homes, courtesy of the NTV team. It is going to be a very, very, very big one in terms of how it's going to happen, and we have to know the Brave Warriors will also play later on today, and that's going to be a big one as well. Nobody can expect anything from the Brave Warriors of Namibia when they play against the Cameroonians. It is going to be a very tough match. They are going away from home. It's going to be a big one that they will have actually to do something about it. And obviously Colin Benjamin has always noted, and he is assured of the players that he has selected. Obviously also what will be happening today is Namibia's Brave Warriors begin their opening campaign of the qualifiers against Cameroon on Saturday at the Stade Raounde Ajija, Garoua, Cameroon at 18 o'clock. Colin Benjamin will be hoping for a repeat of what they did when they faced the Cameroonians last time around qualifiers group stages. Cameroonian football has been far shrouded by controversy, as the senior members and the association senior officials are at loggerheads over the way things are being done at the top. The factor might play much into our hands because Cameroon still has a talented nation that has many good players. My team will go into the match ready to fight and make sure that we come away with something at a very difficult venue. There has been very concerns about how the Cameroonians are going through about it, but obviously we are ready to make sure that we fight it at home. And today as well, that is Lahia Ishitile, a golden girl. I don't know, many of them have not been said about her, but she is one of the best. Lahia Ishitile emphatically put aside a disappointing of not qualifying for the T1100 semi-final earlier this week at Paris Paralympic Games. The visually impaired Namibian sprinter established a lightning-fast new African record in the T11 200 meters during the qualifying rounds yesterday morning. Alongside her sprint guide, that was Sam Shimanda, Ishitile had a particularly good start in a rain-soaked Stade de France stadium and almost won the race in 24.82 seconds. Only the winner in her round, Jiang Qing Liu from China, with 24.77 seconds, achieved a faster time than the Namibian. She will face Liu Gerula Geber dos Santos of Brazil and Linda Patricia Perez Lopez of Venezuela in the T200 meter final schedule for tonight. And something big as well is that Energy Philippines Ngitumbwa will be fighting soon, and it's something that we have to expect that fireworks will go. He is going all the way to China, and that's what Nestor Tobias obviously announced this week, making sure that the boxer gets a bout. It will be on the 13th of October in Yokohama, Japan. During a press briefing today in Windhoek, hosted by the MTC Sunshine Boxing and Fitness, co-sponsored by PST promoter Nestor Tobias, announced that the team will depart to Japan on 7th of October. And now we see that there is more from the Dr. Hage Geingob Cup, a legacy that will always be remembered by many, a legacy that will always live. As a man of sports, the Dr. Hage Geingob Cup was launched, and that was this week, and it will take place, that is on the 19th of October at the Independence Stadium in Windhoek. Since its inception in 2014, the tournament has grown to become a symbol of national pride and unity in Namibia, and this last edition promises to be a memorable event. Namibia Breweries Limited has been a key partner throughout this journey, while the Von Leers of NBL Finance Director stated that the NBL has been proud to be part of this tournament from the beginning in 2014. And now we have something from the AC Boxing as well that we alluded to earlier, that the AC Boxing will stage its event on the 14th of September, and it's going to be another firework. The promotions are raring to go as they host another top of the cards boxing event on 14 September at the Roman Catholic Hall in Windhoek. Flame Special 1 Nangolo will trade leather with Zimbabwe's Peter Bambeni in a WBA Africa Super Featherweight Championship bout, while the stable has a few of their finest boxers on the card, including their new addition Charles Shinima, who joined the stable from the MTC Sunshine Nesta Promotions Boxing Academy. The fight is next week, so let us hear from them.
Welcome to this very important press conference. As you know, we have announced the WBA Championship fight taking place September 14 at the Roman Catholic Hall. So today we're just here to give you an update on what has been going on, and also a few changes that we have on the card, and of course how the preparation went since we started working for this fight for the past 2 months, and of course how we have been also pushing, trying to raise enough funds to make sure that we host a very successful event. So first of all, I just want to thank all the boxers for being on time, and also for the boxers that commit to be part of this event. And also we have a very special announcement that we welcome Charles Shinima on the AC Boxing promotion on a 1-year contract. Of course, we're going to work with him hand in hand, giving him his first fight September 14, and also to take his career to the next level. As you know, he's a very good high-rated boxer. He's been there, he fought for the WBO, and I'm sure it should be vacant by now because he had a fight in Albania where he lost. Now we're just trying to bring him back to make sure that we get him back on the track. And we have Mr. Patrick here. He's an official from the WBA. He's a representative for Mr. Stan today. Just to also say a few things about the WBA, because he will be one of the officials. And we have Flame Nangolo, the contender number 1 for the vacant title. We have Afeni Geshia, who is fighting for the national title, up against Abel from Bulero Boxing Club. And we have Charles here on my left hand side, and Lunga, who is his trainer. And we have Ruan Respel, Robin Darero, Pacman Pacquiao, and the medias. So the most important thing also is to announce our sponsorship that we got from Rival Boxing Gears in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the boxing equipment, actually the gloves that we're going to use for the event. As we all know, it's quite difficult to get those type of gloves. Normally we struggle to buy those gloves, and then we don't really get the better quality like any other promoters. And you see, safety comes first, and we also make sure that we have to elevate the level of boxing in Namibia to make sure that we use the proper glove for those type of events, especially professional boxing. And the boxing have rules when you have a championship fight, so there should be 2 pairs that are all new for both camps, just in case one of the pair get damaged during the fight, you must be able to replace it at the same time because it's already supervised and approved by the championship committee. So that's why this is a very great honor for me, and I'm so happy to have Rival Boxing on board. And this is also not only going to be the last one, so we are planning to do a lot of things with Rival Boxing, especially in Africa. Yeah, so that's actually was most topic for this press conference. I don't really have a lot to say. It's also just to make sure that everybody must be aware of this fight. The fight is taking place on the 14th of September at the Roman Catholic. The tickets are going for $200 million for general, and then you have $500 million for VIP, and a table sitting 10 people for $15,000 million. The reason why we always do this type of event like Boxing Time is because this is the way to raise funds, because AC Boxing Promotion, we actually don't have a sponsor. As you can see, those banners you see, those are companies that already purchased their tables. So meaning once you purchase a table for 15,000, you become part of the sponsorship of the event. But just also to let you know, everything is actually under control. We have already paid the money in the Boxing Commission. We have already paid the sanction fee for the WBA. We already actually even booked flight tickets for the official coming from South Africa. So the fight is on from my side, even though there's still another approval coming from the board after they go through all the documents. But now I assure you that there's nothing stopping us from doing this fight, because normally funds is always the bigger problem. But once you have the funds, the managers of the fighters and the trainers and the boxers themselves, they know how to get their paperwork done and to make sure that they qualify and then they comply with the boxing control board rules so the fight can take place. Let me give opportunity to Mr. Patrick to say a few things and also to represent the organization that we work for.
Thank you, Ims. On behalf of the World Boxing Association and Mr. Stanley Christodoulou, we would like to thank AC Boxing Promotions and you, especially IMS, for spearheading and initiating this, big event. Mr. Stan, of course, said that at this moment that he will not be able to make it, but he's sending his greetings. I can let you know that from the World Boxing Association, this fight has officially been sanctioned. So on our side, it is on. Mr. Flynn Nangolo and from Mr. Peter Bambeni from Zimbabwe, who is really familiar with Namibia sporting soil, so it's definitely going to be a fight against experience and youth. In that same breath, I would also like to mention that with you being the brother of Ims Moses, who was the world champion back in 2009. Paulus Moses, Paulus the Hitman Moses. So you two are brothers, and he indeed became a WBA world champion back in the day. So Flame just told me earlier that you are his uncle, and we believe that you can take this journey with him also with the WBA in order for him to become world champion as well. And also to do like your brother, defend that world title. So thank you very much from the WBA side. That's it from my side. Thank you.
First of all, I would love to thank the Almighty for giving me this opportunity to be here. It takes a very hard-working man to get such opportunities, and I've been pushing my whole life with my team on my side, AC Promotion, MA Legitimate, Visual Technology. They always come to support us. I'm lost of faith right now. It's that this is a dream come true. I've been working so hard for such moments of my life, and I believe the moment is finally here. You can't keep a good man down. A good man will always rise. With the work of the Lord, Savior Jesus, we are going to shine on the 14th of September. And what else can I say? I've been putting in work since I was a little kid. And I have to break this guy's dream to make my dream come true. That's the most important thing. He can't walk away with anything. You have to you have to make me respect you on the night of the fight, because I'm gonna show up, and I'm just not gonna show up as a spectator, but I'm going to show up to get my victory. I can't leave the night without that belt. I have to make sure I put in everything that I need to be champion. I've worked so very hard, and I keep working hard till this day. And finally, my moment is here. Patient. I've been patient every single day of my life. I've been patient, and here today, the moment of signing is finally here. What else can I say? And I just want every friend to come out in Namlo, come support this event. It's gonna be a successful event, and I'm gonna make sure I walk out the victorious the night of the fight. This is just the beginning of the great man, this journey. I'm just getting started. Y'all haven't seen anything yet. It's just the beginning, and I keep improving day by day. I become better every single day. I have one of the best teams, best sparring partners. You can name them. Everybody, I spar everybody. You can name them. The Charles, the AC, Erwan, Yeshia on my corner here. These are the guys that make me who I am. And I believe in them. They believe in me. We work together. We push together. And 14 September, I'll be the new WBA African champion. Thank you so much to everybody that turned up here, and everybody that will be at the fight. It's sanctioned. The work is done. I've put in so much work. And like I said before, I have to break this man's dream to make my own dream come true. And it starts here, 14 September. Thank you.
Yeah, to my brother, special one, the only words I have to say is deliver, deliver, deliver. We have faith and trust in you, and we know you can do it. And AC Promotion, we remain committed wherever you are, whatever little assistance we can assist. Virtual technology is always here. We believe in youth empowerment and capacitating our fellow youth. Yeah, thank you very much.
Something special that happened today, obviously. It is the under-14s, the juniors that will become seniors one day, and you can see them on the screen from the highlights.
This is the highlights of the Under-14A final of 2024 in Standard Bank Schools Rugby. Windhoek Gymnasium played Windhoek High School for this title. Let's look at the highlights. Teams running onto the pitch. Here's some of your first action. Windhoek High School playing the ball down the back line. An unfortunate slip there. Ball here with Windhoek Gymnasium driving forward with the loose head prop. Penalty for the attacking side. And they took it quickly, and that was number 10, Alessandro Kathindi, with the first try of the match for Windhoek Gymnasium. He also added the 2 points with the goal kick. That made it 7-0 for Windhoek Gymnasium. Second try there for the 8th man, Joshua Bok. Again, Kathindi with the conversion kick. That one he did not convert. Kathindi with a penalty kick, adding 3 points for the Windhoek Gymnasium side. That is your halftime score, 15 points to 0 in the favor of Kuro Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek High School yet to get onto the scoreboard. Scrum for Windhoek High School. Windhoek Gymnasium. Armand Scholes fetching it, then it came down the back line, and it's the fly-up again, Alessandro Katindi, with his second try of the match. Also converting it, adding another 2 points behind his name. Windhoek High School with a rare chance to attack close to the try line, and it was the 8th man picking it up for them. Shamena Shipala. Kapindi in action once again, putting it to the left of the uprights. And then that was a substitute, aiming at the posts. Went to High School with another opportunity to attack. Handling errors by both sides during this match. Also that try not allowed. Then Windhoek Gymnasium towards the end of the match, rubbing salt into the wounds with the number 11 there. Brooklyn Bertolini rounding it off with another try for Windhoek Gymnasium. And the conversion added. That is the teams congratulating each other. And the final score in the under 14A league for 2024, Windhoek Gymnasium winning it comfortably with a score of 36-5 for Windhoek High School.
That was very special from the teams there, making sure that the people were left entertained. And now we go to the under 15 highlights, which is obviously a bit of a senior level compared to what we had there, but definitely everyone paving their way in order to become senior champs.
Hello viewers and welcome to this highlight package of a match involving Walvis Bay Private School up against Windhoek Gymnasium. It's an under 15A league final. And Matthew Robenheimer trying to add some points in the 6th minute via penalty. The kick was not over. So the score stays 0 each. And now scrum half Rowan van Vieren aiming to add some points for Walvis Bay Private School, which he successfully did in the 8th minute. And the first 3 points on the board. Another attempt by Van Vieren. This one was not converted. Unfortunately, it had the direction but not the length. And here we have Walvis Bay Private on the attack. And then strong running there by Leandro Alambe, and it's the first try being scored in the 19th minute. 8 points for Walvis Bay Private School against the 0. Here comes the conversion. Unfortunately not added. And then look at this move here by Windhoek Gymnasium. Good stuff there. And it's the outside center, Oliver Seeger, crashing over for the first try on behalf of Windhoek Gym. And then it's Ruben is going to add the conversion, and it's 7 points for Windhoek Gymnasium, 8 points for Walvis Bay Private School at the break. And here play resumes for the second half, and it's a try in the 28th minute, scored by Lewis. Good stuff on a touchdown there by Lewis. Now it was Oliver Seeger, and then the conversion added by Raubenheimer. And here comes Walvis Bay Private School, good running, but that move fizzled out to nothing. And then Dirk Bardenos. No, that was a try by Oliver Seeger. Oliver Seeger there, crossing over for a try. Look at this build-up. Brilliant play here by Windhoek Gymnasium. Strong build-up once again. Build-up continues. And there goes the big man, Dirk Bardenos, for another try on behalf of Windhoek Gymnasium, and Jade Scholz adding the conversion in the 39th minute. But it was not over, because Walvis Bay Private High School still had plans in injury time, and Carlos Loveira touching down for try late in the match, and Van Vieren adding the conversion, hitting the cross, the upright, but the ball bounced into, and it's added. It's 19 points for Windhoek Gymnasium. They are crowned the under 15A league champs, and 15 points for Walvis Bay Private School. It finished.
And that was the highlights of the big one. Of course, we have our Formula One specialist, somebody that we admire the most, somebody that actually follows the sport with much interest, and that's Irina Marie.
And that is a wrap on the European leg of the Formula One season at Monza last weekend. What a fantastic race we had, and a fantastic note to end off the European season on. Not too much drama, but just enough excitement. Not so much excitement that it's drama. Great note to move on to Baku next weekend, not this weekend. We have a little bit of an off weekend this weekend. So if you were hoping to socialize, now's your time. Next weekend, you're stuck in front of the TV with Formula One again. So there's a lot going into Baku. The rumors are now really mounting of Adrian Newey's potential move to Aston Martin. For a considerable portion of this season, the move has seemed likely that it would be either Aston Martin or Williams for Adrian Newey. The question was, would he go with a legacy team like Williams and try to bring Williams back up, as they've very, very notoriously been saying for this entire year and the couple of years before this year? Would he go with a legacy team like Williams and have his legacy be that he brought a legacy back from the dead? Or would he go with a team like Aston Martin that's still, quite young? Aston Martin is quite young in Formula One, and build a legacy all of his own and not just go with the Williams legacy. So rumors are mounting up that Adrian Newey might be moving to Aston Martin, and rumors are mounting that the announcement will come sometime next week when Formula One stops over in Baku. In the meantime, there has been drama, specifically with the rookies who are set to start next year. Kimi Antonelli saying that he wants the number 12, and Mercedes being the first to hand in the application for the number 12. But Jack Doohan, before the application was handed in, saying in a social media video he wants the number 12. Why the number 12 is so special is because for a time in Ayrton Senna's career, that was his number. When he was racing at Lotus, he raced with the number 12. So quite a legendary and quite an iconic number. The number has been up for grabs since the end of the 2016 season. So how Formula One numbers work is that when a driver enters Formula One, they have to hand in an application for a number, and they have to use that number for the entirety of their Formula One career. The number expires after 2 dormant seasons. So if a driver is out of Formula One for 1 season, nobody can take their number. If they're out of Formula One for more than 2 seasons, someone else can take their number. So the number 12 has been up for grabs for a couple of years now, and it's not surprising that some of the rookies would be looking for that number, given its link to Ayrton Senna. Ollie Behrman has, in the meantime, announced that his number will be 87. He raced with the number 38 during the time that he filled in for Carlos Sainz earlier in the year. He said that he didn't get to choose the number 38, but he also wasn't too concerned. It wasn't his biggest concern when he had to hop into the Ferrari in Formula One, but his number from next year will be 87. Franco Colapinto, just for interest's sake, has been racing with the number 43. So then on Ollie Behrman's number, the reason why I chose it, just quickly on the fly, he says that this is the number he's always raced with, and that this is the number that his father has always raced with. His brother's birthday is also on the 7th of August. So he says there is a little bit of a double meaning to that number for him. So on Colapinto's debut last weekend in Monza, he was not shy about the pressure he felt. Obviously a very iconic track, a very tough track, very high speed track, demanding track for a driver, specifically for a driver to make their debut at. But he did pretty well. He climbed 6 places from P18 after being knocked out in Q1. He started at P18 and climbed up to P12, just missing the points. His teammate Alexander Albon scoring a couple of extra points for Williams there. So currently Williams have an entire 6 points to their name in this Formula One season. And while that may not look great for them, it's worth noting that those 6 points were really in the newer end of the season. At the beginning of the season, them and Stake Sauber were notoriously struggling to put some points on the board. Stake Sauber still continuing that struggle, still not ending P10 or above this entire season, still not a single point on the board for Stake Sauber. But you know what Stake Sauber does have on the board? A former Ferrari team principal. You may remember Matteo Binotto. He made an exit from Formula One not long ago, but he didn't make the best exit one could have made from Formula One. If you look at guys like Günther Steiner, for example, maybe not the best performance for a team principal in the history of Formula One, but definitely a well-beloved character who, in a way, did make a good exit. And, you know, fans missed him a lot once he left. The new season of Drive to Survive notoriously doesn't feature Günther Steiner, but definitely a well-beloved figure, even though he didn't necessarily deliver the performance that was expected of him, a well-beloved figure in Formula One circles nonetheless. And a friend of this well-beloved figure, also Matteo Bonotto. Matteo Bonotto started at Stake Sauber, replacing Andreas Seidel from the 1st of August, and he was seen scurrying away from the cameras this weekend. One's left to wonder as to why, but, you know, still new, maybe still finding his feet at Stake Sauber. And while he's finding his feet, he's going to have to appoint another driver for next year. Stake Sauber, one of two teams that still doesn't have another driver in their seat. You can pencil in number 3 on your chart, keeping track of the driver signings. It does appear that Daniel Ricciardo will be signed to a seat again next year. If not, Daniel Ricciardo, Liam Lawson is an extremely strong contender for that seat. Quite surprising that he doesn't have a seat and hasn't announced a seat yet. He made an absolute splash last year, filling in for Ricciardo. You know, fantastic, outperforming Yuki Tsunoda, his teammate at some points. So a very, very big name to put into the reserve driver, upcoming drivers pool, and very surprising that he hasn't signed yet. That leaves you to wonder, is there a reason why he hasn't signed with a different team? Does he know something about the VCARB racer driver signing for next season that we don't know? Question mark? We'll have to find out. But in the meantime, Matteo Bonotto has to sign a second driver. They signed Nico Hulkenberg to the Stake project from next year, and Stake becoming Audi from 2026. So they've signed Nico Hulkenberg. Who's going to be the second driver? Are they going to keep Valtteri Bottas? Are they going to keep Zhou Guanyu? Matteo Bonotto tipping his hat at Valtteri Bottas just a little bit in the media pen last weekend. He said that Valtteri is doing well, and he has had some discussions with Valtteri, although quickly turning the discussion to say that they have a large talented driver pool to look at. And that is extremely true. You have rookies like, or upcoming, people coming through the F2 ranks like Franco Colapinto. Yes, Franco Colapinto doesn't have a seat for next year. You have Filippo Dragovic. There's so much talent being kind of bottled up at F2 at this point. So there's really not a lack of talent that they can sign. But the question is, do you want to bring a rookie, a new driver, into a new project? Or would you stick with someone? Because Nico Hulkenberg, as much as he does have experience and he's a very, very seasoned driver, Nico Hulkenberg is yet to score a podium in his Formula One career. And aside from yet to score a podium, bigger than that, he's yet to get to know the Stake team and how things work internally. So do you keep somebody who understands how the Stake team works, understands how everybody's minds works, that people know, or do you start with an all-new driver lineup? Because it would be quite a statement from not just Stake, but Matteo Bonotto to start with an entirely new driver lineup. So currently we still have 2 seats open. We'll have to see what happens with those. But at this point, we have 3 rookies starting in Formula One next season. So definitely a lot to look forward to.
We spoke about Philippus Energy Gitumba, but first let's give credit to Irina Mari for doing that incredible job in terms of the Formula One. She has been there. I hope one day, Irina, you're going to sit in that car and drive it as well. But of course, we spoke about that is Philippus Energy Gitumba, who is supposed to travel. And here is the video produced to you by Mariette Ngula.
Ben Moses, Ole Sambunda, Ndongo, and of course, now we got guys like Mateo Zaita, John, Energy, the list go on and on. So this guy, what I just mentioned, he's in the world trading, or was in the world trading, or been world champion, or they are future world champions. And of course, as you know, Energy, Philippus Energy, one of our top boxers, and is rated in the top 10 in the world. And that is a big achievement, especially from a country like Namibia, where we really don't have like equipment, we don't have funds. And of course, what little what we have managed to produce this. Normally in this, if you talk to world class boxing administrators or promoters, those people, they got TV right, they got big sponsors, but they're struggling to produce world champion or world rated boxer. But yeah, we achieve it, and that's a big achievement for us. We're very proud for ourselves. So Energy Philippines, he went to Philippines last year, rated number 5. Because he went to fight against John Riel Casamiro, where he lost very controversial decision on point. And of course, we bring him back. He said, oh, come, let's go home. But we're not going to go and sleep. We're going back to the drawing board. Start working hard. Yet, so far, he had already 2 fights for WBO regional titles, where he won. And he went back to in the top 10. I believe now he's number 9. And of course, that number 9 is very high rating in the world. And now he got another opportunity. Fight in Asia again, this time in Japan. Gonna fight against Oguni Yokorini from Japan. And on the undercard of Samero, the guy who defeated him racially. So all this fight will take place in Yokohama, Japan on the 13th October. The pound for pound super bantamweight champion is from Japan. That is just a good thing, him to fight in Japan, because the victory there is gonna lead him to fight for the world title. So, and of course, we also in negotiation with the promoter, him to get the rematch with Casamiro. So this fight is very important for us. Now it's why we work very hard to get this fight, and we're working very hard in the gym to be in a top shape. He's already in a good shape. Been sparring already with the top class sparring partners. So he's ready for the fight, but we have to tune up, work on a few mistakes, because in boxing, in sport, you have to work always. You have to correct your mistake all the time, and to get better and better. So that's what we've been doing. In Energy, come the 13th October in Yokohama, in Japan, we will produce another stunning performance, and to get him in a very top 3 to go to the mandatory and to get the shot to the world title. So, because it's not easy to get a fight like this. It's about connection, it's about hard work, and so on. And of course, we have also to thank our sponsors, MTC, our main sponsor, PST Bet, our co-sponsor, keep us together, for sure, to maintain the standard of boxing in the world from here, Namibia. So because without that funding, we're not going to be where we are today. And of course, it's also hard working from our team, of course, the boxer themselves. Like I said before, if someone telling you is going to fight for the world title, you must ask him, where are you rated in the world? Are you in the top 50? It's not a lot of guys can answer you, because you cannot fight for the world title if you're not in the top 50. That's why we always try to do regional titles. It's very expensive, but if you want to achieve something, you have to do those titles. And of course, Energy is ready for the 13th October in Japan, Yokohama, against Oguni, who's a very high-rated boxer. And also had a technical draw versus Casamiro. So that fight, just a fight made in heaven for us. Okay, that's such an opportunity, because we are very confident. Of course, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's a tough one, but Energy can do it. We can do it. Energy, opportunity for you, it's opportunity for Namibia, it's opportunity for Africa. So let's go there and do our job. For a while, let me give Energy opportunity to say something. how you feel, are you ready, are you for the fight? To be feeling very blessed to get the opportunity again to perform in Asia and in the home ground of the world champion, pound for pound, you know, who's fighting. He's gonna fight also now. About 2 hours to go. He's fighting, defending his title, and of course, just talk to the nation. I don't want to talk for you. I also want to fight for you. They not only organize for you, arrange for a big fight for you, but you have to go there and fight yourself. Talk to the nation.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. First of all, just want to thank my sponsor, uh, our main sponsor, NTC, and also PST Bet. And I also want to thank my personal sponsor, Elimo, for this big opportunity again. And I'm also like thank my big man here, promoter, is always making connection. And also want to thank my sparring partner, Nata, John John, Charles Cinema, and all of those guys. And Mukungu, I saw, and Matthews 8,000, the beast is also here. And I also like to thank my coaches for always keeping me busy every single day and always make sure that energy is on the field, is energy is on the gym. So yeah. Like I'm saying, like on this fight, yeah, we will be ready for the guy. We'll be ready for this fight, and we can wait on October 15th, and I will make sure that I will bring it home. I'll make sure that the victory will be back home. I will make sure that I will beat this guy. So nothing will stop me beating this guy. I don't even care what people saying or what anyone saying about me or about this guy. So as long as I'm going there and make it happen, and yeah, so can't even wait October 15th. Thank you.
Good luck, energy. Go and box your life out. Speaking of things that are happening this weekend, obviously it started yesterday. That is the FNB Oshihavera MTB straight to mid-card. Obviously, we have Brian Munango, who was acquainted with the whole situation back then. Let's hear that interview. And from me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, I will see you. That is at 5:50.
Yes, viewers, so we are joined by Nabil Robiati. I'm saying it correctly.
Perfect.
Yes, all the way representing the Rock and Rod. He's a member of the committee. Let's not waste any time. I mean, we both know what you're here for. You can see the banners in the back. We're speaking about the FNB Oshihavera experience. I'm very excited for that one. But for the viewers that do not know what we are talking about, please just let them know what the event is about.
Cool. Thanks for having me. So Oshihavera has been on the calendar for 19 years now. This is our 19th edition. So we're going for the big one next year. And it's called an experience. It's the only multi-stage race, mountain bike race in Namibia. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. And we've introduced what we call a prologue on a Friday. So it's a 2.5-day event. And it's been always a success because it really attracts quite a large number of riders from the young boys and girls all the way to the grandmasters. And it's a team event as well. It's not individual. So you enter as a team. Your team has a cool name. You know, my team is called Too Tired.
Too Tired.
You know, TWO, Too Tired. Because you know we just want to make sure that we don't create any expectation. But yeah, people love creating new teams every year. There's guys that have been racing with the same team name for many years. As you know, the route is towards Midgard on the Saturday and back to Windhoek on a Sunday. Going through the mountains is a beautiful race. You have it comprises of what we call the racing snakes, the guys that really try to go for the podium, and then you get the leisure riders that like to challenge themselves, but they're not too serious about it. So it's an experience. There's a lot that goes into it, from of course the big sponsors like FNB to the smaller sponsors and the guys that are putting money for towards prize giving. There's quite a lot of prizes. There's podiums, there's medals, there's music. So it's really a weekend out in this the moment beautiful weather, and yeah, we're quite excited.
Okay, well, before we speak about the 20th, which is next year, the big one, let's focus on this one this year. Speaking of dates, I know it's from the 8th and the 9th.
Yes,
of September.
So yes, it's a Saturday and Sunday. The prologue is on the Friday. The prologue, what it is it's a shorter circuit. It's about 15 to 20 kilometers, where the teams need to basically pitch and race as fast as they can around the circuit, and that gives them a time, and already kind of sets the starting times for the Saturday and the Sunday. If you don't pitch, you get a penalty. So already, usually the Friday is like what in Formula One will be the qualifying.
Okay.
Where the teams test themselves.
Get ready, and
they kind of look, who's strong, who's not. So we added that as a cool addition to the race. But the actual race is on Saturday, and for the fast guys, you're looking at 2.5 hours. For the slower guys, you're looking at 4 or 5 hours. But the route is beautiful, and on the Sunday is departing from Midgard back to Windhoek.
Okay, well, speaking of those that want to enter and want to take part in this beautiful Oshahavera experience, how does one sign up? How does one make sure that they are there? How do you get your number, and how do you get your...
So first of all, Rock and Rat as a club organizes Oshahavera. You don't have to be a member of the club to enter. Of course, if you are a member of the club, you do get a discount. The best way to enter is to go on our Facebook page, Rock and Rat, and you'll find a very easy link to enter the race. You have, of course, you enter as a team. So both people have to register and then create a team name. And it's as easy as that. The entries close at the end of this month, just to give us the 1 week buffer for us to be able to put everything together. The registration for the race, the official registration, is going to be on the Thursday prior to the prologue.
So you guys know that you have until the 31st or until the end of this month to make sure you are registered. Speaking of the Rock and Rat Club, what do you guys do outside of the Oshahavera experience? What do you guys focus on?
So Rock and Rat was born, I think, in 1991. It's been going on for quite a number of years. The main aim of the club has always been to promote cycling, in our case mountain biking. It's of course a non-for-profit. Members serve on a committee for 3 to 4 years, and then give space for newcomers that want to help. So all the money that is made through Oshahavera or the other races that we organize, such as the different marathons, the cross-country race series, all the money is going back into the community as much as we can. We do a lot of, we sponsor some of the money for the athletes that go overseas and race, including the Olympics. We do spend quite some money in fostering and promoting the younger generation of Namibian cyclists that like the sport. So yes, it's really a club that wants to promote health. Cycling in Namibia as a sport has become and is growing by the day. The Rock and Rat Mountain Bike Club also helps the Namibian Cycling Federation in terms of the fees that we charge. Part of the fee also goes to them. So it kind of serves a bigger umbrella. We also use the money to build new trails around Windhoek. We have some trails already that have been built, but we always want to add more trails so that we can have different locations. Just like they have all over the world, the trail network can be quite expanded quite a lot, especially in Namibia. We don't have lack of space. So yeah, that's what
Rock and Rat. Well, that's a lot. That's really a lot. And looking forward to the event that's set for the 8th and for the 9th.
Yes.
I mean, the viewers that are at home, like you said, not everyone is trying to compete and get on the podium
Definitely
and to win the medal.
not.
But what would your advice be to the viewers that are watching from home that would maybe want to take part, but they're a bit on the skeptical side
I
of
think
life?
we have a good option for you this year, and I think you should personally look into it. The option, you. So the option this year is, because we're ramping up to the 20th edition of next year, is if you've never really done a 2.5 day stage event, we're giving you an opportunity to do a 1 day race. So you do the prologue on the Friday, and then you're just gonna race up to Midgard, relax, drink your coffee or beer or whatever you want, and then drive back to Windhoek, and it's gonna have its own category. And of course you have to do it as a team.
Okay.
So if you have a friend who's not maybe fit and would like to try cycling to Midgard through the trails, this would be a really good option. We're testing it for this year. It's been successful. We got quite a few entries. So if you're too scared for the 2 day, you can do a 1 day thing, and hopefully you'll like it. And next year you can enter with a bang.
I think that's the best way for me to start.
I think
let me do that one, and then I can do both after I now.
Very good.
Then I can enter the 20th edition.
Perfect.
For both 2 days.
Proper.
So I'll speak to the team, and I'll speak to my doctor to find out if my hamstring is fine now, because last time I had a hamstring issue. And then if I can get a bike as well.
Sure. We can make a plan for you.
If you can do that, and then I'll
make a plan
enter.
for you. Awesome.
Okay, then I also need a teammate, you said.
Yeah, you have to find that one. You have to find yourself. Yeah, it can. Let's say that you can make friends, but you can also break friendships. If you find a teammate which is always behind you, and I mean you look fit. You just need to get someone who's a bit slower, so you'll be the stronger guy and you can push him up the
and
hill.
Then I can be the one that.
Yeah, remember there's different categories, so it goes by age, combined age, and also mixed category, which is male and female. So you can decide both. You can take your mom, you can take your girlfriend, you can take your wife, your daughter. It doesn't matter. You'll enter the category which is specific for you, and that really gives you a good competition within your category.
I love how you guys accommodate everyone and make sure there's everything for everyone.
We're all inclusive.
Okay, speaking of, before I do let you leave, Nabil, the routes. How do the routes look like? Are you guys doing anything different this year compared to last year, or you guys just revamped and cleaned?
Yeah, not really. Yeah, the route this year is very similar to last year's route. We're still trying to figure out the prologue, where it's going to be. Definitely around the Ochihase mine, which is the starting point for Saturday. But the route is mostly on what they call a jeep track.
Okay.
Through the farms all the way to Midgard, and then on the way back it still does some of the segments, and then it goes back down to Windhoek. So on the Saturday you're going up a little bit more, and on the Sunday you do a loop around Midgard and then back to Windhoek. But as I said, the technically is not as demanding as many people may think. I think if you take it easy and you're really out there to have fun and to be in nature, I think that's the most important. There's enough water points for you to take a break and eat something and drink. And yeah, it's really for everyone to attend.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm thinking about it. I really am. How long is this course? So I know.
So now you are asking me a hard question. I think this year's route, you're looking at about anywhere between 60 and 75 kilometers for the Saturday, and the same for the Sunday.
Yes.
You promise me you're going to do it. The 1 day is 70 kilometers. By the way, I forgot, there's an e-bike option.
That sounds good. That sounds
so
really
if you don't have an e-bike, you can rent an e-bike for a couple of the dealers in Windhoek. And I mean, you put it on Boost.
Yeah, then.
Bro, I just found the solution for you.
Okay, let's organize the bike thing.
Let's do that.
We'll speak after the
okay, cool.
Behind the screens, and then we'll sort that out.
Awesome.
But before we do let you leave, any last words for the viewers? Anything else you'd like to add on to the experience that we are having this year from the 8th to the 9th of September?
Yeah, I think the most important is to be out there, and I think we're really trying to promote health and it's a very inclusive event where families get together and spend the weekend out. It's a very safe environment for everyone. If you've never really done mountain biking before, it's a perfect option for you to start. And if you've been mountain biking your whole life and you've never done a two-stage race, this is the one to do. It's the only one of its type in Namibia. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it.
There's no reason why you shouldn't do it.
And just to end, my life slogan this year is never too late.
It's never too late.
To have a happy childhood.
Regardless of how old you are.
That regardless.
It's never too late to have
so
a
grab
happy
your bike,
childhood.
rent a bike, borrow a bike, and do it.
I think that slogan is going to stay with me for the whole
Awesome.
day. But yeah, guys, hopefully me and Nabil can come to some sort of agreement, and we'll be letting you guys know if I'll be taking part in this prestigious competition. But from us in studio, we'll be seeing you on the 8th and on the 9th for the Oshadara experience.
Thank you.